What if I told you the biggest threat to the US dollar isn't a war, isn't a recession, and isn't even America? It's a plan that's been quietly unfolding for years, and almost nobody is paying attention. If this strategy succeeds, America could lose one of the greatest financial advantages it's enjoyed since World War II. So, what exactly is China building, and why are more countries starting to join in? On July 12, 2026, Beijing sent a quiet message to Africa. It was not a threat, it was not a military move, it was a simple ask: pay us back in yuan, not dollars, yuan. Here's the truth no one says out loud. China is the world's second biggest economy, and it is building a new financial system. This system is a rival to the dollar system, and China is not asking for permission. For 80 years, the US had a special power. The dollar is the world's top currency. This gave the US strong tools. Sanctions work. They can print money to pay debts. They control global payments. But things are changing now. In 1999, the dollar made up 71% of global reserves. By 2024, it dropped to 57%. That is the lowest in 25 years. The yuan share of SWIFT payments hit 3.1% in June 2026. That sounds tiny. It is tiny. But that is not the real story. The real story is this: China is building a parallel financial world. They do not want to replace the dollar today. They want to make it optional. If you think this is just another news story, you are missing the big picture. Let me explain how this works. It's clever. African countries have a big problem. Over 60% of their foreign debt is in dollars. When the Fed raises rates, their loan payments go up. When the dollar gets stronger, their own money drops in value. They're stuck. Then China shows up. Over the last 20 years, China lent about $150 to $180 billion to Africa. They lent to Angola, Ethiopia, Kenya, Zambia, Egypt, Nigeria. China built roads, railroads, ports, and power plants. Africa needed this help. But now things get interesting. China is asking these countries to pay back in yuan. Kenya changed part of a $5 billion railway loan. They now pay in yuan, not dollars. This saves them $250 million each year on exchange costs. Zambia now takes mining taxes in yuan. Angola just added the yuan to its list of allowed currencies for bank reserves. Do you see the pattern? China is Africa's biggest trade partner. They're using that power to change how Africa does business. But here's the twist. This is not about beating the dollar. It's about making the dollar unnecessary. Now, let's talk about the plumbing. Currency power is not about pretty bills. It's about infrastructure. When a bank in London sends money to Tokyo, it uses SWIFT. SWIFT is the global messaging system for money. The US controls SWIFT, not directly, but in practice. If Washington wants to cut a country off from global finance, they can. Just ask Russia. China built its own system. It's called CIPS. CIPS is not as big as SWIFT yet, but it's growing. It handles yuan payments without going through New York. Last month, China let Standard Bank and ICBC run a yuan clearing network for 19 African countries. That's 19 countries with direct access to China's payment system. No dollars needed. Then there's the digital yuan. In June 2026, 26 banks signed up for CIPS. That's a blockchain platform for the digital yuan. Banks from Thailand, Singapore, the UAE, Qatar, and Brazil joined. Standard Chartered joined too. This platform cuts settlement time from days to seconds. It skips bank fees. It uses smart contracts for rules. This is live. This works. And some of America's closest allies are on board. This is where it gets wild. While China builds payment systems, they do something else, something quiet. They buy gold. The People's Bank of China bought gold for 19 months in a row through May 2026. By June 2026, that streak hit 20 months. By the end of 2025, China had about 2,300 tons of gold. Gold now makes up about 8.5% of China's reserves. Why does this matter? Because gold is neutral. No country controls it. No one can sanction it. It doesn't go through SWIFT. China is quietly backing its money with the one asset the U.S. can't touch. And they're not alone. Central banks now hold more value in gold than in U.S. treasuries. 75% of them expect the dollar's reserve share to fall. This is big. We haven't seen this in decades. Let me pause. Here's the hard truth. The yuan still only makes up about 2.5% of global reserves. The dollar, 58%. The euro, 20%. On SWIFT, the dollar still does about 47% of payments. The yuan, 3.1%. So no, the dollar isn't crashing tomorrow. China won't wake up and replace the greenback overnight. But here's what's happening. China is building a parallel system, step by step, bit by bit. They're not trying to win, they're trying to make the dollar optional. Think about that. Right now, if you trade across borders, you must use dollars. You must hold dollar reserves. You must clear the dollar systems. China is building other paths. CIPS for payments, digital yuan for settlements, swap lines for trade, gold for reserves, and they're doing it slowly, carefully, quietly. One economist said China is building the tools to reduce its reliance on the dollar and to give other countries a way out. Notice that last part. This is not just about China, it's about offering the world a choice. Let's zoom out. By mid-2026, the dollar and euro made up less than 30% of trade settlements among BRICS. Local currency trade hit 65%. Russia and China do about $240 billion in trade each year. Almost all of it is now in yuan and rubles. This is real. This is happening now. The new development bank was set up by BRICS in 2015. It has approved 122 projects worth $40 billion. BRICS Pay is on the way. It's a platform to link national payment systems and digital currencies. Direct cross-border clearing, no dollar clearing houses, no SWIFT, no U.S. oversight. India now has rupee settlement deals with over 20 countries. We're seeing a new multipolar currency world, not because anyone declared war on the dollar. Subscribe for next part.